The black gloves are on. You already know what time it is. It's Wear Your Sneakers Friday. Let's get it. What's up, YouTube? It's your boy, Skinny Hardaway, and this is Retro Heat Check. Checking in one more time for the real hoop heads out there. And as always, thank you all for your likes, your shares, your subscriptions, your comments, and of course your questions. Each and every Wednesday, Q&A with Skinny, man. Bring those questions in. You guys have been doing a great job of that. As I always say, it's probably one of the best ways outside of the comment section to interact with me interacting with you. We learn a little bit about each other. Talk a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Talk a little bit hoops, sports, other sports, sneakers, whatever, you know. Definitely love the questions these last few weeks. You guys have been killing it. So continue to keep up the good work and make each and every Wednesday a fun time. So appreciate you guys. You already know what it is, man. It's that time, man. We gotta give shout outs to the squad, man. These are my guys, man. I stand 10 toes in the paint with these guys. They support me. I support them. If you guys aren't hip to these guys, please get in tune with these guys. We all come from different backgrounds, ways of approaching our videos, subject matters, styles, irregardless of that. We're all in the same squad. We're all on the same side, and we're all armed with the truth. So depending on basically how you like your information, some are more entertaining, some are more informal. Hey, however you find your information, check them out, man. A plethora of guys. These are the guys that I stand with. So check them out. Big shout outs to Sports and Fitness Rants, Uncommon Sense, Scap Attack, Too Raw for Sports TV, Uncut Hoops, Angry Old Hoops, NMB Sports TV. Michael Jordan fans are the best. My twin, Phenomenal Fitness. What up? What up? Kobe Bryant Film Room, Prince Sports, Man Down Sports, Geechee Life Sports Talk, Dreamers Pro TV, Ticket TV, Jordan versus LeBron, Shekel Storm NBA, The Real Mind Crime, The Allen Ricks TV, and NBA Facts Self Research. Definitely give a shout out to all of these guys. Man, like I said, man, these are the guys that I support. They support me, and I hope that you support them as well. Give them a shout. Tell them Skinny sent you. Definitely appreciate you guys. Today is another closed door meeting. I didn't see any new subscribers the last time I checked the analytics. So today is a closed door, a closed door meeting for this Wear Your Sneaker Friday. So let's get right into it, man. Let's get right into it. Man, this is the sneaker that represent both the end of an era and the beginning of another. And I'm talking about the one, the only, Air Jordan 13, Black Toe, aka the He Got Games. Now this shoe right here definitely has a lot of significance on and off the court, various many ways. This sneaker was designed, well, when this shoe was in the middle of design, like I was saying in previous videos, by then Tinker Hatfield and the design team at Nike were able to streamline designs much faster, so that instead of Michael having to wear the previous year's model to start off the season, he was able to get, have the latest shoe ready for the regular season. And during this time, when the Air Jordan 13 was actually being designed and put together, this was in the middle of the Air Jordan 12 commercial shoot, the Frozen Moments commercial shoot. If you guys are hip, if you guys are already hip, you already know what I'm talking about. Those that may not, check it out. Go online, check out Air Jordan 12 Frozen Moments, and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Well, in the middle of that shoot, Michael Jordan and Tinker Hatfield were talking. Tinker Hatfield came to the video shoot with the actual early sketchings and designs of the Air Jordan 13, and the whole presentation was Panther inspired. And as he was talking, Michael stopped him, and he was like, because Tinker thought that he messed up, like he angered Michael, but no, it wasn't. That wasn't the case. Michael was just shocked. The simple fact that that Tinker Hatfield had discovered his secret nickname, which was the Black Cat, and the shoe being Panther inspired. Uh, Basically, it just I guess it just kind of symbolized the synergy between Tinker Hatfield and Michael Jordan over the years. That Tinker Hatfield, unknowingly was able to find out something about Michael Jordan that even Michael Jordan didn't tell Tinker, because the Black Cat nickname was only for his closest friends. Nobody. It was kind of a secret nickname. Not a whole lot of people knew about that nickname at the time. So that's just crazy synergy between Tinker Hatfield and Michael Jordan. This shoe was basically brought on with the Panther motif, basically because at the time Michael Jordan wasn't at his peak as far as the physical, as far he wasn't jumping and dunking on everybody. Now he catch cats slipping. Don't get it twisted. Catch you slipping if he's there. But that was the whole point of the Panther motif, because by then Michael Jordan was more cerebral than athletic. So his style was more of like a Panther. He would lay in the cut. He would stalk you. He would read you. You know what I'm saying? Stalk you, and then once he, you know what I'm saying, you was in his sights for the kill, he went right in for the kill. And with this shoe, basically, you know, basically, this shoe is the motif, as you can tell. Basically, this shoe was designed from the ground up. But quick note: the Air Jordan 13, the original design, actually had a strap. It was somewhat the same kind of bottom, but up here was a little different. It had a strap going across. MJ said, "Take the strap off." He said, "This shoe is cool enough." He said, "Don't put anything unnecessary on the shoe. Keep everything in, basically just make it one smooth design." And that's exactly what Tinker did. Man, it was just crazy. Basically, this shoe was designed from the bottom up, because the bottom literally was based off of the pad of the bottom of a panther paw. The pads right in here kind of symbolize that, and you can kind of see it down here as well. And it also a full zoom air unit all around the outsole, all around the midsole. Zoom air fully, and you also had a full carbon fiber plate. And with the panther motif, like I said, the panther paw. Then you also have the other part of the sneaker that stood out was I don't know if you can see it, may not be able to because it's reflecting. All right, there you go. It's probably the best shot I can get of them. See that 23, that hologram. This 3D hologram basically represents the panther eye staring at you, basically in the night, in the jungle, staring right back at you. This was definitely a touch that was totally unique, and only Tinker Hatfield would think of something like this. But yeah, this was definitely as far as the design, it just, like I said previous, represented the synergy between designer and player. Tinker Hatfield, always being innovative. But yeah, I to this day, Michael thinks that somebody told Tinker Hatfield his secret nickname, but Tinker stood by his word that he had no clue when he did the design. He just saw the way that Michael Jordan was playing towards the end of his career, and he just basically he basically saw that and came up with the design. So definitely, design wise, it was definitely a different sneaker. Vibe magazine actually is infamous for clowning this shoe. When this shoe was about to be released, they clowned this. They clowned this sneaker. They said that this sneaker had a maxi pad on the side of the shoe. They said that basically this shoe was inspired by women's toiletries. That quickly got put to bed. That quickly got put to bed because once the pairs of sneakers that came out, that in particular writer did not get a free pair. That writer literally had to pay for his Jordans. So it pays not to diss Air Jordans, or you will be cut out the loop. Michael Jordan being unwillingly and unknowingly petty to the rest of us, definitely came to the. This is just all rumor now. I don't know if this is true or not, but the rumor was that that writer, the whole staff got free pairs of these except for that writer. That writer had to come out of his pocket and pay for his pair. So hey, don't diss Air Jordans. Don't diss Air Jordans, or you may pay the consequence. But like I said, that was just a rumor. Um, but yeah, this shoe also was called the Black Toe originally because basically the black toe harkens all the way back to the Air Jordan 1 black toe. That's what basically it was affectionately called. This shoe quickly became called the He Got Games, and we'll get to that in a few minutes. But like I was saying, this shoe pretty much had 5 models. There was 5 models of this shoe, but in particular, we're going to talk about the He Got Games. The He Got Games was definitely the first of the line. This was the basically the opener of the Air Jordan 13. This was the original shoe. This was the opening shoe, as I would say. This is also the final shoe of Michael Jordan's last full season with the Chicago Bulls. So this represents, like I said, the ending of an era and going into the new era. This is basically the last dance sneaker. This was part of the shoe. This was one of the shoes that was part of the last dance, the Air Jordan 13. As you all know, Jerry Krause infamously goes to the media and says that he doesn't care if the Bulls go 82-0. The team will be breaking up, which angered Michael, which angered Phil Jackson, angered a lot of the fans, definitely. Made Jerry Krause pretty much a probably one of the most hated men in sports history, because he was the one that was credited for the early demise and destruction of the Bulls. I think that he broke up the team maybe a year too early. I think that the Bulls had at least one more title run in them, but Jerry Krause would not let them defend their fifth title. So yeah, these represented pretty much the final season of Michael Jordan as a member of the Chicago Bulls. Definitely, definitely a once you think about it and you look you think about it, you look back at those days, it definitely was a sad time for a lot of NBA fans, knowing that pretty much it was the final run of MJ and the Bulls. and this was, they were still dominant. They had won 2 previous NBA championships back to back since Michael Jordan's return. And definitely these were the shoes that represented the last ride. But this shoe also represented itself in a pop culture sense. This shoe got its nickname from the movie He Got Game, a Spike Lee film starring Ray Allen, who was just coming into the league just a couple years in. Was tapped to play the role of Jesus Shuttlesworth, a nickname that pretty much has stuck with him basically ever since then, his whole career. As a matter of fact, a few years ago when the NBA had personalized jerseys for the players, where the players could put their nicknames on the back, Ray Allen probably had one of the best nickname jerseys because he actually had Shuttlesworth on the back of his jersey. I wanted that jersey so bad. I still want that jersey so bad. But everywhere I've gone to look for that jersey, it's a mighty expensive jersey, or they just don't have it. But yeah, definitely in pop culture, Ray Allen will be forever known as Jesus Shuttlesworth, and the Air Jordan 13 Black Toe basically was given a new nickname. The He Got Games made its debut in the scene where Denzel Washington, who played Ray Allen's father in the story, in the movie, where the scene where he is in Foot Locker, the guy gives him the sneaker. He's about to put the shoe on for him, and he lifts up his pants leg, and he sees that big old ankle monitor. Yeah, so this was definitely another collaboration between Spike Lee and Michael Jordan. Everybody knows Spike Lee, infamously known as Mars Blackman, debuted the Air Jordan 1 in the movie She's Gotta Have It. Debuted the Air Jordan 4. Debuted the Air Jordan 2 in School Days. Debuted the Air Jordan 4 in Do the Right Thing. And in Spike Lee's in the Spike Lee movie He Got Game, the Air Jordan 13 made their debut. And as you can see right now, I'm rocking my Jesus Shuttlesworth shirt. This is actually a Spike Lee and Michael Jordan collab t-shirt. The 40 Acres and a Mule, that is Spike Lee's production company. So yeah, definitely he's a part of Nike lore, both Spike Lee and now Ray Allen. Also, in the movie, this is another t-shirt. In the movie, there's so many players and cameos and stuff. In the movie, He Got Game. This is another one of the Jordan 40 Acres and a Mule collab shirts. You probably seen me wear this a couple times. As you can see, Jesus Shuttlesworth, that's Ray Allen. Booger, played by the actor oh shit. You had Booger, played by the actor Hill Harper. You had Lonnie, that was played by Travis Best of the Indiana Pacers at the time. Mance was played by Walter McCartney, who was a member of the Boston Celtics at the time. Who was a member of the Boston Celtics at the time, who played the role of Mance. And Sip was played by John Wallace of the New York Knicks at the time. So definitely some of the cameos that was in that movie. Also in that movie, you had John Thompson, you had Bobby Knight, you had Pat Riley, I believe, and also Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan actually made a cameo in the film. So definitely this shoe has a huge cultural impact in basically pop culture. Definitely a shoe that when it touched down, immediate instant classic. This was a shoe that, although there were people trying to hate on the design, um, it did not stop people from buying a pair of these. I actually had a pair of these when they came out. I remember being in high school, getting my pair. I got these, and also later on ended up getting a pair of the Flints, and I also ended up getting a pair of the Playoffs. So I had three pairs of these during throughout the year 1997 going into 98. Definitely, this was a shoe that basically was an instant classic. I mean, from the design, from the different freaky design, from the Panther motif to the hologram, everything was just so cool about the shoe. But this shoe also represents the new era, as one era was closing with Jordan going basically going through his final season as the Bulls. This shoe also represents the beginning. 1997 was the year, the birth of the Jordan brand, of Jordan brand. Basically, as a thank you to Michael Jordan for basically saving Nike. He, along with Tinker Hatfield, saving Nike, bringing in just ungodly amounts of money into Nike with the sneaker sales of Air Jordans throughout the years. Nike decided to do the right thing and practically give Jordan the Air Jordan brand, independent of Nike. Um, it was basically like he earned it. I mean, he saved the company. Nike is nothing without Michael Jordan. So Nike decided to do the right thing and gave Jordan brand full control of the Jordan brand. Um, the infamous commercial for the Air Jordan 13 is CEO Jordan, where he's in his office and he has a mountain of pairs of these, and he's going through each shoe. He's checking them, bending them up, checking to see, checking the lightness. He's checking the grips. He's doing all that stuff, and he goes and puts another in the box, puts his little stamp 23, approved by 23, goes on to the next one. Definitely the Jordan brand. Um, Basically, the brand was to let customers know that 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 Jordan wasn't going anywhere. The fear was that there were basically the Jordan brand was going to be over with. The Air Jordan line was going to be over with. Soon as Jordan walked away, everyone thought that it was over with. But Jordan brand let it be known that, hey, Jordan brand will live on forever. As long as there's Nike, there will always be Jordan brand. Uh, Jordan brand was also ahead of its time. They knew that, Jordan, there was no way that you was going to see Michael Jordan wearing a pair of Air Jordans on the court because he was about to go into his second retirement. So Jordan Brand put together Team Jordan class of 1997. That's what they called it. These were the players handpicked by Jordan to represent the official Jordan brand. Now, back in '94 when he was retired, he had a few players that were tabbed the unofficial first team Jordan. You had Penny Hardaway, Nick Anderson, B.J. Armstrong, Kendall Gill, a couple players like that. A couple players like that, but they weren't official Jordan athletes. Now, in 1997, these were the official Jordan athletes. You had Vin Baker, you had Eddie Jones, you had Derek Anderson of the Cleveland Cavaliers, you had Michael Finley, and of course, Ray Allen, aka Jesus Shuttlesworth. But also, he expanded into boxing with Roy Jones Jr., baseball with Derek Jeter, um, football with Randy Moss and Warren Sapp. I just remember the other commercial, the Team Jordan commercial, a couple years later, where they had they had like Randy Moss and Ray Allen and Roy Jones, and they had Mary J. Blige singing in the background, singing "Overjoyed." Yeah, Michael Jordan walking through the field, through a field outside wearing a big long black trench coat, wearing all black. It was a crazy commercial. One of the dopest. One of the dopest. I mean, yeah, Jordan Brand was definitely the start of something new, and it still continues to this day. I have my complaints about Jordan Brand as far as the designs for in any shoe that's not an Air Jordan. I think that the early renditions of Jordan Brand back, when Vin Baker had the Vindicates, you had Eddie Jones with the E Quicks, you had yeah, the early designs was cool, but then as the years have gone by, I just did not like the designs. Don't like the designs of the Zions. Don't like the Lucas. The Tatums are hit or miss. Chris Paul's was cool. Carmelo's was probably, I would say, the Carmelo's would be the dopest brand as far as player brand within Jordan. I think Carmelo had the best line. But Blake Griffin, Kawhi, you had guys that Westbrook, but back then the class of '97, definitely, I think that their shoes were much better than today's rendition of the Jordan brand. So I would definitely have to say the Jordan brand designers definitely need to step up. That's just my opinion. I think that they have potential, but I think that they are too busy trying to focus just strictly on performance and not on the design. That's where Tinker Hatfield, I say, is the greatest designer of all time, because he knew functionality meets fashion. You got to have a shoe that looks good, not just performs well, but it has to look good on your feet as well. And this is just another example of why the Air Jordan always looks better than most shoes out there on the market, is because Tinker Hatfield, he knew exactly what it took. He wanted a good looking shoe that performed well. And I think the designers at Jordan Brand, I think they're much more performance focused and not design focused. The designs are great. The materials that they use are great. It's just that the designs are not up to par. Maybe I'm just a snob. Maybe because Tinker Hatfield, it was perfection. As far as I'm concerned, uh, the greatest designer of all time, the GOAT. You guys heard me say this ad nauseum. I think he is the best. Um, you can't really quantify his impact on Nike and on sneakers as a whole. And this is just another example of Tinker Hatfield just being ahead of the curve, just being ahead of the curve when it comes to design. I love this shoe. It's one of my favorite shoes of all time. When I put these on, definitely a head turner, definitely a conversation starter. Usually old school comes up and tells me, man, I remember when those dropped. Oh man, you got the He Got, or somebody says, oh, you got the He Got games. Of course, you got to, when you rock the He Got games, you got to wear the gear with it. So usually when you ever see me wear this shirt, it's not even usually, I'm always wearing these with the shirt. But yeah, definitely one of my favorite sneakers. My personal favorites is the He Got Games, one of my personal favorites. But I actually prefer the playoffs. I think the playoffs are the best of the Air Jordan 13s. That's my opinion. I think that the cherries are dope as well. But definitely I would have to say playoffs one, He Got Games number two. Um, I just love the design. Maybe I'm just a sucker for the Chicago Bulls red, black, and white. Anytime that they have the Chicago Bulls colorways, I'm there. I'm there. You got my money. Take my money. Just go ahead and take it. But yeah, that's pretty much basically that's the Air Jordan 13 in a nutshell, right there. I think that's the long and short of the sneaker. Definitely a shoe that is a classic, is a favorite. It's a shoe that is retroed several times. First time it retroed was in 2004. Incidentally, by then Jordan was already out of the league for the going through his third retirement. Man, it was just basically Every time that you see a pair come out, whether it's the Breads or whether it's the Flints or whether it's the playoffs just came out a year ago, I believe. A year ago, the playoffs made their triumphant return back to the shelves as far as a retro, and I seen mad people coming out and getting those because I want to say back in 2013 when they retroed the playoffs, a lot of people slept on them. Not your boy. But we'll talk about the playoffs when we speak on weapons of the playoff slash finals, because those are definitely a shoe that played a huge part in winning those championships. But needless to say, uh, it's another Wear Your Sneakers Friday. It's Friday. Man, it's the weekend. We made it. Another successful week. I hope that you guys enjoy your weekends. It's summertime, so there's plenty to do. The weather should be good. Hopefully you guys are careful. You guys are responsible. You guys are respectful. You guys don't do nothing stupid. Make sure that you guys love on your family members, love on them babies, love on your loved ones. Tomorrow is not promised. Basically, keep a clear head, pure intentions in your heart. You can go far. You go anywhere that you want. Hey, like I said, just be careful, be good to each other, be good to others. Cam, stay out of trouble. Have your fun. Enjoy your weekend. I know that I am. And then we'll reconvene again Monday, and we will continue with the Be Like Mike series. We will have episode number 4. Thank you guys for checking out the 3 episodes this week. The Harold Miner, Grant Hill, and Penny Hardaway episodes. Next week we have the final 3, and then we will move on to other subject matters. Now it's the off season. We can definitely talk about a plethora of other subjects. If you guys have any suggestions, bring them to me, man. I'm not too high on my horse that I won't take a suggestion from the VIPs in the Hoophead Haven. You already know what it is, man. If you have a show idea, man, bring them to your boy, man. It is the off season, so we can talk about just about anything. Although we will be touching upon the draft, we will be touching upon the Lakers and basically the desecration of a great franchise by the moves that have been made these last I would say the last 7 days, 7 to 10 days have just been just pure, just head scratching moves, and it's just so sad watching the death of one of the NBA's premier franchises, the premier franchise, if you ask me. But that's needless to say. That's neither here nor there. I want you guys to enjoy your weekends. You already know what it is, man. It's your boy, Skinny Hardaway, and this is another episode of Retro Heat Check in the books. And I'm going to leave you all with these words. Peace. And wear your sneakers.